Hey, so in this short video, we're going to talk about doing a free consult versus a paid consult. So the first thing to consider is, where are you at in your firm's journey? If you were just starting off and you have plenty of time on your calendar, then you should offer free consults. That's the end of the story. If you are 100% booked up and every single hour that you give away to somebody is costing you money, then sure, you can charge for your consults. That is an acceptable time to charge for consults because you are so busy. But if you're reaching out to a marketing company, it means you want more business, and therefore you should probably give something away to get more people into your ecosystem. So that is the first thing to consider. The other thing to consider is, when you're doing free consults, you have the ability to take conversations further with all of your leads. And what this does for you from a marketing perspective is it gives you data on which leads are good and which leads are bad. And that should help you optimize your marketing campaigns, because then you can find out things like there are financial objections, or they're not in my area, or maybe they're just not looking for the right thing and you need to dial your marketing a little bit more. So if you're talking to all of your leads, you have a lot more data that you're gathering on your ideal customers. So that's a big advantage in the long run. Now let's talk about the flip side of that. Let's say you're charging for a consult. You're turning away a lot of people, and it's not intentionally. Usually how this goes is the receptionist knows that you want to charge for your consult, and when they talk to the person, they're not in sales mode, they're in reception mode. So usually how the phone calls go is someone will call in asking for help with a probate case, or they want an estate plan or something like that, and the receptionist will say, okay, well, if you want to talk to the attorney, it's $300. And that is how the conversation goes 9 times out of 10. I've never heard a receptionist sell the first consult. They more just say, okay, it's going to be $300. And that will usually turn off most of your customers. So not only are you turning away people from your funnel, you're also turning away that data gathering, which is very, very important, because you want to know how your marketing is doing. So the next thing, and this is what we're going to talk about before we dive into the data, is you can also request reviews from people that you do a free consult for. So if you provide some sort of value in this consultation, which I hope you do, then you can ask them for a Google review. And this goes a long way because it's going to help your firm's appearance. We had an attorney start doing this, and in the course of like 45 days, he gathered 50 reviews. So it was huge for his firm, and he now ranks for a lot of his keywords locally. So it's a big deal for your firm. The other thing is if the lead is not right for you, maybe it's right for another attorney that you can build a relationship with. And now you can get some flow coming in from that attorney's office when they hand you clients, and then you can obviously refer them clients as well. So there's a lot of values to doing a free consult. If you don't know which way I'm leaning, I'm definitely leaning towards free consults. And we're going to take a look at some numbers here in a second on why you should do free consults, not only from all those benefits I just talked about, but from the money standpoint. How much money are you going to make if you do free versus paid? All right, so let's go ahead and dive in. All right, so we've been over some of the reasons why offering a free consult is better than a paid consult in most cases, as far as like gathering data, getting reviews, those types of things. But now let's actually look at how much money you can make when you offer a free consult versus a paid consult. Now, we are assuming things here, but this is based on a lot of our clients' data. We have over 100 attorneys that we work with. So let's take a look at this and just play with some of the numbers. Again, I'm open to how you feel about this, but these are just numbers that you're going to see. And again, if these numbers are manipulated, it could be better one way or another. But this is just something to take into account, especially if you're a newer attorney. All right, so where the bottlenecks are going to happen if you're doing a paid consult is you're not going to have as many consults to book. Now, on the plus side, what's going to happen is your show rate will probably be a lot better, and your closing rate, this is the theory, will be better too, because these people are more qualified because they already paid you. So those are the numbers that you're going to pay attention to. Now, on the free consult side, you're going to book more consults. You will have less show rate and perhaps less of a closing rate. Now, obviously, closing rate can be manipulated, show rate can be manipulated, but we're just going on numbers here that should happen. All right, so in both these scenarios, you have 30 leads that have come in. Now, on the free consult side, we're going to assume that you have booked 70% of your leads to a consult. Now, 70% of the leads that have booked a consult, 70% of those people are going to show to your consult. All right, this is a pretty good show rate. And it can get better, like I said, if you have automated emails, automated text messages, things like that. Now, let's say that 70% of those people that show, 30% of them close and become a paying client. Now, again, you can manipulate this number. You can get better at sales. You can build your value a little bit better. But again, we're just going to assume 30%. So if your average case value is $3,500, we're going to work out how much revenue you would generate off of this. So the numbers are, if you get 30 leads and 70% of them show, and then 70% of those people actually, or 70% book and 70% show, you're going to get about 15 consults attended. Now, if you close 30% of those, you're going to get 4 new clients. Okay. And if they're paying you $3,500 a piece, you're going to make about $15,435 off of these numbers. Now, let's go to the paid consult side. Let's say that of your 30 leads, 20% of them book because you said it was $250 to join them right off the bat. And that's where I'm getting that $250. That's the paid consult fee. Now, let's say that 100% of these people show up because they've paid you for this time. And then 50% of the people that show will close. So that's a much higher closing rate than 30%. It's almost double. But we're assuming because they paid you, they're a little more qualified, and therefore that they'll close higher. So you'll have 6 consults attend because of the 20% booking rate, and 3 of those people will close. So it's not that far off. And then you have to also account for the revenue that you make off of the consults, which if you're getting paid $250 times 6 people that attended, that's $1,500 in consults, plus your $10,500 in closed business. You're at $12,000 in revenue. So it is roughly $3,000 less if you do this model. Now, this is obviously not going to play out every single time. Some of these numbers will definitely change. The easier numbers, I think, to overcome are your show rate and your closing rate versus getting someone to pay you $300 off the bat, unless you can sell this consult better than other people are doing it. So those are what you have to consider when it comes to a free consult versus a paid consult. Again, these numbers are flexible. You can play with these numbers, but this is somewhat what we see out there, okay? Everybody's different. Every firm is different. I would just say that if you're not 100% busy and you want more business, there's no harm in offering a free consultation. You can do a 15-minute phone consultation, qualify the lead, and if they're qualified, move them to the next step in your funnel. All right, so that's our opinion here at Empirical 360. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us.